We've been told so many lies about money. We've been told there are so many illusions connected to money. And one of the most powerful ones is the one that's keeping you stuck, is the one that's keeping you where you're at. Even if you don't consciously agree with it anymore, even if you have really remembered the truth of who you are, the subconscious conditioning around this illusion, around this lie, is so strong that it will do anything to keep you where you are at. So, hello, my name is Fiona. Welcome to my channel, Freedom with Fiona. I'm here to help women and wise souls like you to remember fully the power, the truth of who you are, to own your wisdom and your gifts, and to get paid abundantly for sharing them. So today I want to talk about money and that biggest illusion or lie that we have heard. And it's a simple one, and I know that you know it, but are you still being hijacked by it? That's the question. And the lie is that we've all been told in this money game that we've all been playing, is that you have to work hard for money. You have to work hard for money. It is so deep in our programming. It's so deep in our conditioning. But if you stay with me until the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how you make that shift. Even if you think you've done it at a conscious level, I'm going to share with you how you make that shift at that deep quantum level that can have you changing the money in your bank account today. Because it's those quantum shifts where you actually jump right out of where you are into a whole new reality that creates the most powerful shifts in your bank account. So yeah, this money game that we've all been playing, you can't win it. You cannot. It wasn't designed for you to win. Even when you look out there and you see people who have lots of money, so many people who have lots of money, maybe either millionaires or billionaires, they actually still might be in lack. They still might be in lack, and they might be afraid that they're going to lose it, and they might be working really, really hard to get it. But here's the thing, some part of them is losing. When you play the money game, the way that it was set up in our matrix, this illusionary world that we live in, when you play the money game that way, a part of you has to lose. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your relationships, maybe you don't have any time, but part of you has to lose. And it's the greatest illusion that you have to work hard for it. It really, truly is. And it's a powerful illusion that is meant to keep you distracted. It's meant to keep you in constant working hard energy, because when you are in that constant energy, you are not in your creative essence. You are not relaxed. You are not natural, and you are not authentic and open and free when you're constantly working hard for it. And I think that's by design. And I'm not going to go down any, rabbit holes around that, but it's by design that we go to school and, do the 9 to 5 job and get exhausted and have to just keep working harder and harder for money, because it keeps us small. It keeps us out of our own authority, and it keeps us out of our creativity, because we are masterful creators. You are literally God consciousness in a body. We have the capacity to create heaven on earth right here, right now. But our programming and our conditioning around our safety and survival and money is so strong that it's keeping us locked down. It's keeping us blocked, and it's keeping us in that stressful survival state of being. And so the quantum shift that needs to happen, the quantum shift that is actually available to you now, is to completely dissolve the illusion. Dissolve the illusion that working hard for money is the only way that you get it. Because even right now, we can dissolve that illusion, because you can look out there in the world and you can find plenty of examples of people that are not working hard for their money, and they have plenty of it. Maybe they were born into a trust fund. Maybe they win the lottery. Maybe they have a business that runs on autopilot now, and they're not working hard at all. There are loads and loads of different examples of people that make a shit ton of money, and they are not working hard for it. So let's just kill that illusion right now. Let's just let it completely die. So consciously we can see examples. We can know that it's possible, that we don't have to work hard for money. But the real shift has to happen at that deep cellular level, with who you believe yourself to be and what energy is leading you. Because It is your human self that believes that you have to work hard for money. It's your human self that is in their conditioning, in your programming, that believes that has been trained to believe that has been programmed into that. But when you shift into your expanded self, when you shift into your infinite self, the largest aspect of you that has a wisdom beyond time, beyond measure, when you actually shift to being energetically aligned to that aspect of you, which is as simple as understanding and recognizing that you are God consciousness in a body, that you are not separate from source itself, that you're an infinite, timeless, boundless being, that you have never known a time when you do not exist. When you begin to lead from that aspect of yourself, you begin to see yourself as the powerful co-creator of your life that you truly are. And you don't just see yourself as that, you begin to know yourself as that when you keep aligning and anchoring into that expanded self. It's like, the human is the mouse, seeing in that like small self, that scrutiny self, which is, important and powerful. And then your infinite self is like the eagle vision, the expansive view, the wisdom. And we need both, right? We need our human self to help us shift into our and remember our expansive self. And we need our expansive self to have a human self so we can have a human experience. So as you begin remembering the truth of who you are, as you begin anchoring into this wise aspect of self, you have a direct knowing, a direct line with God, with the universe, with consciousness itself. And abundance is your nature. Abundance is your birthright. And money is not separate from you. You are money. When I began to claim everything as me, I am everything. Everything is a reflection of me. If this is a holographic universe, then everything is a reflection of me. And that includes money. Money is not separate from me. And when I anchor into this knowing, which may take practice, which may take time, but as you anchor and you keep practicing this knowing that I am God consciousness in a body, that is all flowing from me, this is all made up, it's all a creation in consciousness itself, and I am money, then I actually get to rewrite the rules of the money game. I actually get to dissolve the pillars of the matrix by dissolving my attachment to those pillars. And I call the pillars of the matrix those belief systems that everybody has bought into that literally keep the matrix alive. And, one of those belief systems is that we are separate from each other, that we are powerless, that we have no authority. And another one is that we have to work really hard for money. And as soon as you begin to pull yourself out of those pillars, you support the dismantling of the illusion of the matrix. And you begin to remember your rightful place as the powerful co-creator of your life. And you get to start to create the beliefs that you desire to believe about you and money. Because whatever you believe, it will be so. Whatever you believe, it will be so. And so what if you get to start to create a new money game with new rules? And I want you to think about a kid. Kids make up games all the time. They are constantly making up games, and they even make up rules on the spot. When you're playing with a kid, they tell you that you're playing the game wrong, or they make up a new rule, and you wonder where that rule has come from. Well, they're just practicing being the powerful co-creators that they are, and you are that too. So what if you could create the beliefs that you desire about money? What if money flows to you with ease because that's what you decide? What if money is abundant and overflowing for you and there is always more than enough because that's what you decide? What if you decide to remember that you are money, that you are one with it, and that you're not separate from it, and you always have more than enough because that's what you decide? What if you choose to center yourself in that powerful, co-creative, expansive, infinite self? And your human will show you just through life, through your experiences, all the places where you're still invested in the program, where you're still invested in the matrix, where you're still invested in the old rules. So this one lie that you've been told, that you have to work hard for money, is so beautiful and so powerful, because it is the portal through which you get to break free from the money game. You get to dismantle the pillars of the matrix that are being held up by humanity, and you get to create the rules of your own game. And it's audacious, right? It is audacious to claim such power, but you are that. You are God consciousness in a body. You are the universe. You are it. And as you begin to remember this, as you begin to center into this, as you begin to align into this day after day after day, your life will begin to show you evidence, but you have to lead. You're the leading energy. You have to decide. You have to choose. So this one lie about money, that you have to work hard for it, you can use it to dismantle completely the paradigm that you've been in, and to jump through that quantum portal right here, right now, in this moment, across time and space, and say that that is not true for me, because I am money. I am the universe. I am God consciousness in a body. And I decide that money flows easily to me. I decide that it's easy and fun and playful to create all the money that I desire, because I decide that, because I choose that. So I hope you can really feel the power in this and the potential in this to change your life. And yes, it's a devotional practice to remember the truth of who you are. But the more that you do, the more expanded you become, and the more powerful you feel as the co-creator of your life. But it starts with you leading. It starts with you using the barriers, the blocks, the lies, the illusion as portals to remember the truth of who you are and the pure potential and possibility that is available for you. And so thank you so much for joining me for this video. I love sharing this work, and I have so many more videos that I want to share with you about this. Please like and subscribe so you can keep receiving more of this beautiful energy into your life. And if you have comments or questions or reflections, don't hesitate to share with me. All right, have a beautiful day.